Yes, we're going to concentrate in the second stage, that is prepare a job description and person specification. You must be asking yourselves, what are those? In a minute you will know. So there are some recruitment documents a business should produce. One of them is the job description, another one is the person specification, application form, and curriculum or resume. Job description. What do you think is a job description? By the name, job description. Okay, the job description shows what is expected of an employee. So it should include the job title, the general role, what you would have to do in a job, your tasks, duties, and responsibilities. Some businesses can use a job description to assess the performance of an employee. Yes, by looking at the tasks. When, for example, every year at school we do performance management. So every year we assess how we've been as teachers. Yes, so that's job description is useful to that. This is an example of the job description of an accountant clerk. The general role, so to join the accounting team, recording financial transactions. These are the responsibilities: matching, batching, coding invoices, purchase orders, arranging payments, allocating items, dealing with internal expense claims. The salary can be included in the job description. And working hours, 40 hours per week, 5 weeks holiday a year. This is an example of a job description. Okay, exam time. State, remember that state is a command word where you have to use context or not. Yes, you have to use context. So state one piece of information that may appear in a job description for a chef in a restaurant. Remember that you don't need to give a very long answer. No, you have to answer in context. That's it. So a piece of information that may appear in a job description. Think, pause the video if you need it. Okay. Examples. Remuneration received for working in the kitchen. If you don't write the kitchen, you will not get the mark. Remember that. Because if you only write remuneration received, that's correct, but that's not in context. And with state questions, you need to answer in context. Remember that. Another example, hours worked in the kitchen. Again, if you don't write in the kitchen, you won't get the mark. Remember that. Or another example, duties involved in the kitchen. Again, yes? Now, person specification is another recruitment document, yes? What's a person specification? It provides details of qualifications, experience, skills, attitude, anything that would be expected of a person appointed to do a job. For example, to be a teacher at the school, to be a business teacher, you need to have a degree in business. That could be part of the person specification, yes or not? Yes. So, one advantage of using a person specification, if you use a person specification and your candidates know what you're expecting from them, then the business makes sure that they employ the right person. Therefore, if a business employs the right person, there will be less complaints because that person will be able to do a job properly. Yes? As a result, the business is more likely to have high levels of customer satisfaction. This is an example of a 3-mark question, an explain question. Like explain one advantage of a business to use a person specification. Yes? 1 mark, 2nd mark, 3rd mark. Good? Are we good? This is an example of a person specification for a web production manager for a UK IT company. This is the essential required, the A levels that they need, the qualification, the experience, if they need previous experience, communication skills, all the skills, personal attributes, and this is the desirable. This is the desirable. 3 A levels, but desirable A level in IT. Yes? I'm going to give you 5 seconds to look at this. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, let's move into the next recruitment document, that is an application form. I'm sure in your life you're filling many applications form. Yes? So an application form is used to gather information about each applicant. What kind of information? Yes, I'm sure you are thinking about many things that would appear in an application form. Obviously, full name, the name of the employee, name, address, contact details, personal identification number, details of education, employment history, experience, other relevant experience, statement from the applicants as to why they apply for a job, in the form of a letter maybe, hobbies, to referees, people talking about them, declaration of health issues, if they have any medical condition or not. So, why is an application form useful? Some businesses do not accept curriculums. They only accept application forms. Why is that? It ensures that same data collection makes comparison easier for the employer, for sure. Because in curriculum, some people might include some information in a curriculum and other people might include another information. So with an application form, the same data is collected, so it's easier to compare applicants. The importance of a curriculum. It's similar to the application form, but it is not a standard document. So the job seeker can personalize it. So what is the advantage? You can see the applicants can put some of them in the curriculum. Yes, can personalize it as they want. So an employee can assess the applicant's presentation skills, the quality of the layout, spellings, grammar. Yes, that could be useful as well for the employer. Okay, another exam question. State again. So remember, you need to use context or not. Yes, you need to use context. So state one piece of information that a potential member of staff may include in their CV when applying for a job in a restaurant. Remember that it has to be in context. So one piece of information that a potential member of staff may include when applying for a restaurant, for a job in a restaurant. So, experience of working in other restaurants. If you write only experience, no marks. Remember, in a restaurant. References of previous owners of restaurants. Or qualifications that are food or hygiene related. These are the 4 recruitment documents that we've looked at. And then we're moving into what this is the stages, so you can remember. And we are going to look at the next stage, that is using the appropriate media. How would a perfect job advertisement look like? Some would say it depends, yes, it depends. So, but for sure you need to include the job title. We're looking for a marketing manager. We're looking for an operative. We're looking for a salesperson. The job title, yes? The name, address, email, and telephone number of the employer. The business who is, or the person who is looking for an employee. Brief details of the job description. Tasks, roles. Remember what a job description is. Skills, qualifications, and work experience required. So job specification. It is really important in this chapter that you can differentiate both job description and job specification. Salary and other benefits, and the method of application, how to apply for that job. So how to select the appropriate method of advertising. Let's see, for example, if a business wants to recruit a local laborer from a town or a city, what would be the appropriate method? An advert on a local newspaper. Better than an advert maybe on a national newspaper. Yes, that would make a lot of sense. For example, if a manager is required, if businesses are looking for managers, then national newspaper or online, because I'm sure they want to reach more people, more possible candidates. So, large businesses versus small businesses. Let's see. So, in a small business, do you think that recruitment is formal or informal? More formal or more informal? Yes, in a small business, recruiting is more informal. Sometimes it's, hey, do you have a friend? We need a new employee. Do you know anybody? Sometimes it's like that, and using connections, connections. Asking an existing employee if they can recommend anyone. Job descriptions and their specifications are unlikely to be used in a small business. Think of a cafeteria. Small businesses are not likely to produce job descriptions or job specifications. And they may not have, even, I'm sure they don't, a human resource department. What about large businesses? Yes, in large businesses, recruitment is more formal. And for sure, they have a human resources department that takes responsibility for this important task, and they will produce job descriptions and job specifications. So, with this, I think this is our last slide. Yes, this is our last slide. Remember, in the topic of today, recruitment, really important, types of recruitment, internal, external, with the advantages and disadvantages of both, recruitment documents like job description, person specification, being able to answer state questions and explain questions, like explain one advantage of using a job specification, and advertising. Yes? That's all for today. If you have any question, remember, Google Classroom, I'll post the homework. Bye!